Good morning. Is the stream working? Okay. Got a lag on my end. Looks like we're live. Good morning, everyone. Teacher Thomas Thailand on the YouTube channel. A rainy morning here in Jantaburi, Thailand. Hope you are all doing well. It's been raining really hard. It's lightened up a lot right now compared to what it was. Good morning. Like I say, I've got a little lag on my end of the video. So let me know if you can see everything clearly and if you can hear everything clearly. Spontaneously live here on Triple T, kind of how we always do it. Not much notification given. Hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. We got Blackie in the house. Blackie's a good girl. She number one rescue, huh? Number one. We got Triple D over here in his favorite location. When he was a wild soy dog, he always liked to get underneath my truck. He likes to be under stuff. So he's got his own little bed right there under the table. Good morning. We have been some barbecuing fools over here for the last 8 days. Your humble host, Scott Thomas South, at Teacher Thomas Thailand YouTube channel, has been stoved up. I had a bad fall on a fishing trip 8 days ago, and boy, did I bust my tail. I busted my tail. So, yeah, pretty severe injury, pretty severe impact with a piece of marble slab. My feet came out from underneath me while I was trying to hook a fish, and anyway, when you're old, you can't do stuff like you used to. I have to remind myself of that. But so I've been kind of bored because I ain't able to ride the motorcycle or get out of the house much. So Nam Yen and I did manage to make a trip to Macro, which is our big wholesale kind of food distributor, food and other things. But you can buy bulk there, right? Like a Costco or something like that. So I managed to make the 5-minute drive to Macro from the house here, and we bought up a bunch of pork bellies and pork butts, and I bought a couple of Australian briskets. It was the first time I've smoked brisket in Thailand, and the first time I've smoked any Australian brisket. So I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Getting ready to do some slicing. Finished them yesterday evening, let them rest and cool, and then Nam Yen and I bagged them in some Ziplocs and stuck them in the refrigerator. They're nice and cold this morning. It'd be perfect for slicing. So anyway, sound off in the chat if you can see and hear everything clearly. Like I say, we got lucky as we went live because it's been a downpour monsoon, and it's lightening up now, so that's good. We've had quite a bit of rain early here in Jantaburi. You see, we got a big durian farm that borders our property here, and not particularly good for the durian to get large amounts of rain. We've had up to 6 inches of rain in like a 24-hour period. So kind of unusual before the Thai New Year of Songkran, which starts basically today and tomorrow. There's all kinds of temples, and by the way, having some coffee. Good morning. All kinds of temples and stuff that have got tons of vendors and you know, concert stages set up. I mean, all over the Kingdom of Thailand. So this will be our first year for the Thai New Year Festival Songkran, the big water fights, the parades, you know, the big temple events. Be our first year here in Jantaburi, so we're looking forward to it. I'm hilling up where I think here in another day or two I'll be able to ride at least on the scooter, on the small scooter. Getting on the big Vulcan is kind of out of the question right now with my back, but yeah, we'll bring you some footage of the Songkran festivals and stuff. So stay tuned for that. But this morning I thought I'd just go live. Haven't been live in a while. Update my wonderful audience here on the YouTube channel. We are not a big channel or a large audience, massive views or anything like that. We still average about 7,000 views per month overall on the channel with all the content. There's over 1,300 videos on the channel, so people, new people tune in and they start watching older content as well. So, you know, I'm happy with that. We're not trying to make a big splash on YouTube and all that. We just do it for a hobby. But I thought I'd let you join me on a little brisket slicing this morning, and you can see how that turned out. Wish I had taste vision, smell vision, but we don't have that. But this stuff will be available for sale. Nam Yin and I still have a registered food and beverage business here in the Kingdom of Thailand, and so during my downtime, especially with this injury, you know, you can't just sit around, you're going to get stiff. So I was able to do some light work, and part of that was smoking brisket for 12 hours yesterday. So let's do some slicing. Anybody in the chat, give me a holler on the audio video. I see we got 5 people watching live. I cannot see any chat messages, so maybe something screwy on my end, or it may just be people watching on their smart TVs, which is 57% of my viewership is smart TVs now. I've seen a lot of that on YouTube. People just use their app on their smart TV. You're using the remote control for your TV. You're not going to go down and, you know, to the keyboard on your remote and drop in a chat message, right? You're just watching. So we don't get a whole lot of comments on our upload videos either, which is fine. We do a lot of premieres so that we can chat live with the audience while the premiere video is being broadcast for the first time. So, hey Bruce, good morning from Wodonga, Australia. Cloudy here, about 25 degrees. Hey, thanks for the comment, Bruce. Always good to see you, mate, in the chat. I'm impressed with your Australian brisket, sir. I am very impressed. So let's see what we can do here. Get a little live action going on. This Kansas City boy knows a thing or two about barbecue. I've done lots of briskets over the years, but my very first, Bruce, very first Aussie brisket. Turn that angle down just a little bit here. See what we can do. Power. Of course, we want to slice our brisket a little thick, right? We don't want it too thin. Let me see. I could use, yeah, that's all right. I'm going to rebag it after I slice it. What I'm actually going to end up doing, Bruce, is vacuum sealing this. Obviously, Nam Yin and I aren't going to eat 2 briskets. We already had a meal last night when it was hot, right after it rested a couple hours. Nice and hot. It's just absolutely delicious. So we've already ate some. My plan was to go ahead and vacuum seal and freeze. I want to see how it keeps. It should keep real well, of course, fully smoked. Brought it all the way to 205 internal temperature at the final stage when we had it wrapped, right? So yeah, let's see what we can do here. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me know, Bruce, if you got a problem with audio or visual or anything. I'll check the chat here in a minute. We should be okay. All right, let's see what we can do here. First time I've sliced brisket on this thing. Oh, nice and thick. What do you think of that? So, Nam Yin and I really enjoy customer service business. Many of you guys know that we had a karaoke bar called the Open Mic at Pala in Banchang Rayon. We lived in Banchang for 5 years. We love Banchang, got a lot of friends there. But when we got ready to buy a house, we really shopped around. We ended up buying down here in Chantaburi, and we love it. Absolutely love the entire province. We're right here in the city. Oh my God. But we are going to sell this stuff online. This and our ham and our home cured bacons, our ribs. Now this brisket's gonna be expensive now. There ain't no getting around that, right? Talking imported brisket from Australia, right? And then 12 hours of, you know, cooking time and everything that goes into that, right? So, but, you know, anything that's great, especially an import in a foreign country, it's going to be expensive, right? You can't get around it. So we'll try to make it as affordable as we can. This won't be one of our items that we keep in stock very much. I can guarantee you that. I've already got friends that, you know, got orders in. So we'll work out the price per gram, and like I say, it'll be all vacuum sealed, and you can tell it's fully cooked, so it'll keep really, really well. Hang on a second here, teacher. Whoopsie doopsie. Slippery hands. This stuff is moist now. Can almost keep that nub. I'm gonna do most of that there in chunks on the burn ends. The rest of that there will be burning. I might get another slice out of that. But anyway, guys, I really enjoy cooking. I'm passionate about it. Mainly the outdoors style cooking, which is what barbecue's all about, right? That is tough to get that point sliced. We'll back off on that. Don't cut yourself, guys. Safety first. Yeah, we're gonna make cubes and burn ends out of that, but look at that there, guys. How's that grabbing your appetite? I hope you ain't hungry. This shit delicious. All I can say. All I got to say about that. I like this slicer, but it's not really, you know, big commercial size. It'll work though. Just got to know how to angle your stuff, get her cut properly. Safety first, guys. Safety first. It's got an automatic sharpener built in too. I haven't used it that much yet, so we're still okay on the sharpening, but the size is a little bit of a deal. But anyway, yeah, we self-promote obviously here on the YouTube channel, our business, even though currently we don't have everything set up. We're getting our labels ordered, you know, and all that stuff, and I'll be able to make my own labels as far as the gram measurements and the price and all that, and we'll have Thai language on labels too, you know. There's a lot of Thai in Chantaburi that love beef. This is a big beef province. I was surprised at how much beef there is at different shops that just sell beef, and different restaurants that have a lot of beef for sale. Really surprised. There's a lot here in Chantaburi. More than a person would think. Because these things are so moist, it really gets tough down here on the final cuts. But like I say, I'm gonna cube up some burnt ends, so no biggie deal. Does that kind of give you an idea? You know, put half a dozen slices in a vacuum sealed bag and weigh out the grams, right? And then figure out the price, because you know, it's not cheap, guys. I mean, I paid 2,000 baht, you know, $65 for one brisket that's, you know, 7 kilos. So it is a good price, don't get me wrong. I'm getting a good price for Aussie brisket, but you know, it's not cheap, you know. So when you sell it pre-cooked, ready to go, frozen, got an amazing vacuum seal machine, really packs them airtight, right? And then put them in the freezer. Yeah, so all you got to do is thaw them out, warm them slowly in the oven, or cover them with saran wrap and nuke them in the microwave for 30 seconds, right, to warm them up so you don't dry them out or anything like that. So, but anyway, for today, I just wanted to do a little bit of this live so you guys can see what Triple T's been up to. And I'm just going to bag these and put them back in the refrigerator for now. They're nice and cold. And then I'll do all the vacuum sealing, all that later. You see the smoke ring and stuff on there, guys. I'm very proud of that. And my first smoked brisket in Thailand. I've lived here for 10 years. So it's the very first time I've smoked brisket in Thailand. This is a rare commodity. It's not something you can go online and just find at a lot of places for sale. You know, pre-cooked, fully cooked, smoked Australian beef brisket. Yeah, good luck on that. So what we're going to do, like everything that we sell, going to be pretty rare, including our American breakfast stuff, right? We're going to make those biscuit sandwiches. Better not walk away from the phone. We'll probably lose connection, but I'll take care of the rest of that here in a second. Go ahead and throw these back. Look at that. Oh my. Oh my. Nice and ice cold, you know what I mean? Which is what I wanted for slicing this morning. Yeah, it's not gonna fit in there. Triple Thai. Throw it back in this bag where it came from. And then, yeah, I like to just take these ends. I'm sure any of y'all know what burnt ends are, but if you just cube them suckers up, you can warm them and just eat them in chunks, or if you want, you can throw them in other dishes, you know what I mean? You put a few of these burnt ends in some really good homemade baked beans and stuff like that. And of course, I make a homemade Kansas City barbecue sauce, and it's got rave reviews, guys. I've got my own canning jars and everything. I've got a lot of stuff right here that goes into the barbecue sauce. There's 27 ingredients in my barbecue sauce, and it is officially authentic old school Kansas City barbecue sauce. I'm gonna have to have a bite of that, cold or not. Oh my God, the tenderness, guys, it just pulls apart. Oh my God. I smoked this with 100% hickory, which where I'm from in the Midwest, Kansas City, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, all 4 states I've lived in. Hickory trees are everywhere. All right, very natural hardwood. It's always been my favorite for beef. Now I use Thai fruit wood trees to smoke my pork, you know, including bacon, ham, ribs, pork loin, whatever. Great, absolutely fantastic, but not really ideal for beef. For beef, I want either a hickory or an oak. Now you can add a little bit of flavor. I like to add a little bit of cherry wood, right? A little bit during that first 2-3 hours of smoking. Get a little bit of that sweet cherry wood, but the base of the smoke, I don't think you can get any better than hickory for beef. I mean, it just goes together. It's perfect. And like I say, my sauce really complements any smoked meats, whether it's pork or beef or chicken or turkey or whatever the hell. duck. I mean, my barbecue sauce. But when you got something this delicious, takes this much effort, experience and skill, temperature control, smoke control, 12 hours. You know, I mean, you don't really want sauce. I mean, sauce would be like trying to hide something, trying to cover something up. You don't want to do that. But, you know, a little dipping sauce on the side goes good with the brisket too. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me clean up a little bit. Just do the paper towel thing. I've got a pan of bleach water over here too that I use, guys. I'm really big on sanitation. I grew up in the restaurant business. My very first job at 13 years old. Yeah, that's right. And back then, you actually got W-2s. I mean, they took taxes out of my check at 13 years old. When I got my Social Security disability, you know, the record showed. It went all the way back, I believe that was 1978. Right, was the first year on record, and it actually showed the taxes that I paid at 13. I don't even know if you can work legally at that age anymore. It's a damn shame if you can't, which I don't think you can in America anymore, right? But you know, those were good jobs back then, and I started out as a busboy. I didn't know what I was doing, right? First job ever. Of course, I grew up the youngest of 9 kids with a single mom, right? And she was a waitress and a restaurant manager, so I knew a little bit about stuff. You know, when you're the youngest of 9, you shouldn't be stupid, right? You should have learned from your older siblings about a lot of shit, which I did. And anyway, it didn't take me long. By the age of 14, I was a fry cook, and then went from a fry cook to a full galley cook. You know, by 16, I was cooking in the galleys. Short order, I mean high volume, you know, at International House of Pancakes, Denny's, places that serve, you know, 300 people in an hour, especially after the bars close, right? So anyway, guys, I got pork butts in the wet brine there. I've got a new video on the channel about how to make your wet brine if you're interested in that. A lot of people aren't interested in cooking videos either way. These are pork bellies, ice cold. I'm getting ready to skin them and put them in a brine to get some more bacon going. So this kind of stuff I love to do. Yeah, it's work, it's time consuming, but like I say, I've been crippled up after that bad fall that I had 8 days ago. It was rough, guys. I ain't gonna kid you. It was a hell of an impact. My feet went out from under me and boom, 190 pounds right against a marble slab. And let's just say the slab was probably 1,000 pounds. I mean, it's one of these big pieces of marble that you see in Thailand. They use as tables. So obviously it didn't budge, but I got lucky and caught a little flesh on my ass instead of getting it right on the lumbar, because my little lumbar is screwed already. But so, you know, but I've got a bruise the size of a basketball. I ain't kidding you. It's ridiculous. It's been 8 days and there ain't no way I could ride that big motorcycle today. That's how bad I'm still hurting from the injury, but I'm getting much better and doing this kind of shit, which I'm passionate about and I love. You know, I love my custom smoker. There's a video on the channel. The company that I bought this from out of Chonburi, out north of Pattaya, they custom make these damn things. I love it, right? I did those 2 briskets, had tons of room, of course. Hell, I could do 5 briskets, maybe 6 at one time. So I love doing that kind of stuff, and it's not difficult work. Like as far as the heavy lifting the brine buckets after I've got all the meat in them and stuff, I let Nam Yen do that. She's moving stuff to the fridge, so wasn't doing any heavy lifting or anything. You can see how easy it is to, you know, get things sliced up. And so the preparation, the smoke time, all that, it's not difficult for me to do, and I really enjoy it, and I enjoy bringing the videos to you. Although I should turn that slicer off, huh? Although I don't provide full recipes of anything I do, because we got a business interest here. I give you the step-by-step, and you know, obviously you can go online and find, you know, beef brisket rub recipes, and you can, you know, but the upcoming video I got where I smoked this brisket, it's detailed on the temperature, the time, the smoking, right? So you can follow along and do exactly, old school, the way I learned it in Kansas City. If you want, right? You may already have your own methods of smoking, but I like this type of smoker where you have a separate firebox, right? You can use charcoal and real wood, right? I believe they call these offset smokers. To me, it's the only true smoker. I mean, if you're using pellets and all that shit, or if you've got heat in your chamber, you know, to me, it's not the same. I want real wood firebox, completely separated. I don't have any heat underneath my meat. I'm not grilling, right? I'm 100% smoking, so I just love his smoker. And you know, you have to get to know your smoker. You're really, really important. It's like getting to know a motorcycle. You know, you're not really safe, or you know, as safe as you should be until you've got experience on that particular motorcycle. That's just the way it is. Any biker will tell you that. You jump on somebody else's bike, you better be damn cautious. I don't care how much experience you got. You don't know the bike. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way it is with smokers. I know this thing now. The lid gauges are not always accurate. I always use an internal gauge. I've got my probes. You know what I mean? I've got the probes where I can leave the probes in the meat, have the meter outside, like. But I know the damn smoker. I know how it runs. I know, you know, how much open damper I can use before I start getting too hot and close it down. Like, it's really important to get to know your smoker, whatever kind you're using. I've done a lot of smoking on just a charcoal grill where I had to coal fire on one side of the grill and smoke meat on the other. That's all I had. And it still works, you know. But if you can get yourself an offset smoker, you don't have to have one this big, obviously. But to me, that's the way to go. I recommend it. So I wanted to talk a little barbecue, show you guys what I've been doing. And you can see our babies. Namyan and I will never have children. When we got married, I was 51 and she was 34, something like that. I don't remember exactly, something like that. We're 17 years apart. So she definitely was plenty young enough to still have children. But we, you know, made an agreement before we even got married, no children. But these are like our children. And I think everybody knows Triple D. He's got the most views of any content on my YouTube channel. If you don't know Triple D's story, how we came about having him, go to the playlist on the channel and check out Triple D. It's quite a story. Pretty dramatic incidents when he was a wild soy dog. He's a very unique soy dog. He still does not let me pet him. You can see there's no collar on him yet. He's lived with us 2.5 years, you know, since we rescued him. So he's come a long ways. He definitely trusts me. He loves us to death, right? But we're still giving him time on the whole touching thing, right? He's had a lot of bad people in his past. Hey, good morning, good morning. Thanks, Bruce. Well done, Scott, says Bruce Grant. Hey, coming from an Aussie, I appreciate that. I know you guys know your stuff. Yes, the sauces are extremely expensive, Bruce. And I'm telling you, and I hope you guys don't think I'm boasting, because I'm not that kind of guy. I'm very humble. But I've got experience with this shit. But when I went to make the barbecue sauce, it's been years since I made the old family recipe. I've got an aunt that's 94 now, I think. Her name is Betty Davis. That's right, Betty Davis Eyes. Her maiden name is South, right? She's my father's sister, right? She's the only one alive. My father's gone, my uncles are gone. Betty Davis. And so I hit her up, because my family comes from Rosedale, y'all. And if you don't know where Rosedale is, Google map that shit. Rosedale, Kansas. It's in Kansas City, Kansas. It is the home of Kansas City barbecue. That's where it all started, okay? And I can't give you the whole history by memory right now, but there's a guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He started barbecuing, yeah, smoking shit, and he would wrap the various meats of all different kinds in newspaper. Wrap it in newspaper, and that's how he sold it. Well, that become a big tradition for years. Now, I don't know if there was lead in the ink and all that back then, but obviously it didn't hurt anybody because it was fully cooked when he wrapped it, right? But anyway, you can research Rosedale Barbecue. It's one of the oldest, I think it is the oldest actual barbecue restaurant in all of Kansas City, including the greater metro, both the Missouri side of the city and the Kansas side. Now, Missouri is a lot bigger city, but it's all technically one city, even though it's divided by a state line. Kansas City's Kansas City, right? I mean, if you can't live in Kansas City, Kansas, you're still a diehard Chiefs and Royals fan, even though the stadiums are on the Missouri side, you know what I mean? And on the Kansas side, we got the NASCAR track in Wyandotte County, in Kansas City, Kansas area, right? So the people from Missouri, they come to NASCAR over on the Kansas side. So, people say, well, where are you from in Kansas City, Missouri or Kansas? It really doesn't matter. But when it comes to barbecue and the history of the entire city, because we are known for barbecue, right? Kansas City's known for basically two things globally. Anybody that knows anything about American history or has been to America will tell you Kansas City's known for barbecue and jazz. We got jazz clubs all over Kansas City, right? Some of the oldest jazz musicians in America, right? Colored folks been playing jazz forever, jazz clubs, right? And of course blues got brought in too. So, but the two things, barbecue and jazz. And it's a great city, Kansas City. It really, really is. And but I mean, this homemade barbecue sauce, I didn't want to just, make my own. So I contacted Aunt Betty, and there you go. We got all the old recipes and stuff. As far as the smoke procedures, I've done that for years. I didn't need, any refreshers on that really. But, I'm still experimenting here in Thailand. Like I say, it's my very first beef brisket of any kind. I've lived here 10 years, right? So I've only had the smoker for about 3 years now. But like I say, I did a lot of smoking on a charcoal grill, right? Poor man smoker. Definitely can be done. So I've smoked a lot of ribs and pork and stuff over here. But this is the very first brisket and my very first ever Aussie beef brisket. Almost impossible to get American beef over here. We got these trade wars going on right now. So maybe things will change. I hope so, because I love my Aussie beef. But look, I've had a lot of Aussie ribeyes and stuff. Different cuts of steak here in Thailand. They're good depending on the restaurant. Some restaurants don't know how to cook a steak regardless of where it comes from. But American beef, it's just superior, guys. I'm not saying that because I'm American, but our beef is just amazing. Big old thick cuts of beef that you can damn near cut with a fork. I mean, that's how tender our beef is. And so when it comes to steak, like, I definitely think American beef is superior to the Aussie. But when it came to the brisket, you're looking at one of the toughest cuts of beef off the cow, right? Especially off the front quarters. The brisket's the toughest piece. So you gotta tenderize it by cooking it slow, and the whole 12-hour process and all that. So I mean, to me, the Aussie brisket is just as good as any American brisket I've ever had. So, you know what I mean? Because of the process of what you got to do to get it tender, right? And keep the moisture in it, and, get the smoke ring, and so the whole process. But anyway, I'm going to be putting some sauce together. I've got 10-ounce jars, which are perfect. Got the sealing lids, the whole deal. So I'll start making some of that up. We've had several friends that's already tried our barbecue sauce, and hands down, they said better than any Kansas City Masterpiece commercial sauce. So when Bruce is talking about how expensive it is in Thailand when you buy an import, like if you were to buy Sweet Baby Ray's or something like that, a real popular American barbecue sauce, it's outrageous. I mean, they got like 170% tariffs or something. I mean, it's ridiculous. So to make authentic homemade Kansas City barbecue sauce locally, I can buy the ingredients cheap, right? The ketchup, the tomato paste, all the spices, right? So I can put it together cheap. I don't have to sell it, with 100% markup on it. Anyway, appreciate that comment, Bruce, because, and it's just like the brisket. I'm buying the brisket at the same damn price or a little cheaper than what you can buy it in Australia. I don't know how that works, but that's a fact. I've already, compared prices with my mates in Australia. I'm getting the same damn price. So maybe Thailand, Australia's got a better arrangement on trade when it comes to imported beef. They must have, right? But anyway, it's affordable, and now I know I can do it, and I can actually make a profit on it. Like I say, it's not going to be cheap, but affordable, right? Not out of this world or anything. And then the barbecue's on the side, and then of course our ribs are freaking amazing, and And the homemade bacon, I mean, just get the hell out of here. You're not going to find homemade smoke-cured bacon like I can make in Thailand. I had a breakfast restaurant, okay? I shopped a lot of bacon, right? The expat marts, all the different stuff, right? But again, like Bruce said, it's imported, right? Smoked bacon is imported from somewhere, so it's expensive as hell, and it ain't near the premium quality that I make, right? Say, I'm not saying this stuff to be boasting. I'm just telling the truth. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Tyron. There's Gary in the house. Gary's the one that gave me direct comparison on the same brisket, you know, a 7-kilo brisket at the market there in Australia, right? So I think I paid right at 100 Aussie dollars for the 7-kilo brisket here, and his was, I think Gary said his was right at 112 Aussie dollars. So I was like, wow, I thought it'd be a lot more expensive because of the import tax in Thailand, but obviously there's some kind of an arrangement between Thailand and Australia on the beef. I started me some tea, and then it started raining, but I still got some sun tea there with some gratam. You guys know what gratam is? It's a plant that used to be illegal here in Thailand up until just a few years ago, and they legalized it. Kind of like a coca plant, where you get coca leaves for cocaine, right? Now it's obviously not cocaine, but it's kind of the same premise, and now it's legal. So I put that and cinnamon sticks in there, and that's my medicinal tea. But yeah, thanks for joining, guys. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I'm not going to go long. Matter of fact, I don't have much battery on the phone here. I had to charge it before I went live. We're live on the GoPro. I appreciate all you guys. Like I say, we don't have a big audience. We don't give a crap if some videos get less than 100 views. It matters not. Some people are not interested in my fishing videos at all. Some people are not interested in my cooking videos, right? Some people really like the motor vlogs, right? So it's kind of up to you, as they say in Thailand, lao da, up to you, right? But overall, the channel, like I said, has got over 1,300 videos now, guys. Going back to my time as an English teacher for the Royal Thai Army Academy in the Kon Nayok, you know, back in what would be like 2018 when I started the channel. So, you know, when you get new people that come in, maybe they just saw a short. Some of the short videos get, you know, really pushed by YouTube. I've got a couple of shorts that got over 20,000 videos. One of them is the art of cutting durian, right? So those are brand new viewers for the most part, and a lot of times they'll go ahead and click subscribe and they'll start watching some of the older content. So to get 7,000 views every 28 days on a little channel like mine, I'm completely happy with that. So when you guys see that, you know, a lot of the new content's 100 views or less or whatever, don't be concerned, because I'm not concerned, right? The thing I like is we're getting new people. That I always like to see new people. And a lot of them, like I say, 57%, I can look at the analytics, right? In the studio on my YouTube channel, amazing amount of analytics. I mean, you can look up the geography of where your audience comes from, the age, like it's so detailed, guys. I can see that 57% of my viewers, subscribed or unsubscribed, are watching on smart TVs. I watch YouTube on smart TV. I've never dropped a comment. Matter of fact, I don't even click a thumbs up because I'm using a remote control on my TV, right? I'm not there to chat or give you a thumbs up. I'm there to watch your video, right? So it's different when you're watching on your phone or computer. It's easy to throw a comment or, you know, thumbs up and stuff. I got 57% that are watching on smart TV. So we don't really care if we get tons of comments or shares and likes and subscribes and all that, right? We enjoy what we do. I'm going to do my thing, my expat life here in Thailand. I don't pretend to be anything I'm not. I can't stand people that are phony, right? So I'm just gonna do my thing, and a lot of times I'm gonna be rolling a camera, and then I wake up real early in the mornings, and when I wake up early in the morning and I have my coffee, I can go right to my phone and throw my footage off of the GoPro or the phone, either one. I can download from the GoPro onto the phone, throw it into my editor, spend a couple hours putting out a video, upload it, there you go, right? So it's a great hobby, you know, and it's a distractor, you know. A lot of times I have high pain levels and shit in the morning with my neuropathy, so after a couple of cups of coffee, I'm not gonna sit around and watch TV unless Kansas City Chiefs are playing. I mean, I'm just not a TV guy. So I mean, we'll sit around and watch a movie occasionally, but you know, I'm making TV, right? I'm making that video. I'm trying to cut things as much as I can. Sometimes my videos are 40, 50 minutes and people they won't even click on it. Like, I am not watching a damn video that long. I mean, that's just the day and age we live in. People like short shit, right? Like TikTok and YouTube shorts and Instagram stuff, right? I mean, that's what we live in. But, you know, Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care. So if I can't edit it down to make 2 episodes or something like that, then I just put it all in one. This video I got coming up where I smoke this brisket and give step-by-step instructions, whole damn thing, from starting with the dry rub all the way to the finished product of carving the damn thing up last night, right? It's all going to be in one video, and I think it's about 50 minutes. So, you know, people skip through videos and go to the parts that they want, and it's educational, it's informative. But there again, you know, there's certain content people aren't interested. People are like, I'm never gonna smoke my own damn brisket. Why would I watch that video, right? So never fear, guys. We are enjoying this YouTube channel. You are so much appreciated, all of you long-time subscribers, moderators, stuff like that. You know, we haven't needed any active moderation. Like, we don't get bothered by trolls and stuff anymore. We went through a bunch of YouTuber drama and all that shit here. I was naive and a newbie, you know, so I made a lot of mistakes too. But now, I mean, I am so grateful for the small audience that we have. I've always preferred quality over quantity. We got some great people that watch this channel, and you'll never know 95% of them. They won't comment. I've got guys that sent me emails and private messages that are oil workers that have been coming in and out of Thailand for years. They watch every damn video I make, you know. Never, ever made a comment. I would have had no idea, right? So there's a lot of that stuff, you know. So don't worry, guys. Just be confident, you know. Maybe one of these days we might have a viral video or something like that, and we'll get even more new people. But we're not doing this for monetary reasons. I mean, I'm averaging like $10 a month right now on ad revenue. I try to limit the ads as much as I can, right? So, you know, I mean, hell, I spend more than that on gas in the Vulcan to go out and make motor vlogs, you know what I mean? To show people around, like, you really get a lot of content on a motorcycle rather than just walking, right? You get to see a lot of shit on those motor vlogs. So people enjoy different things, and then I'll throw out a live stream like this every once in a while, just express my gratitude and kind of update people. I tell you what, if you're wondering about durian season, it's about to quit raining. Step back. We got a wide angle, so you probably can't see real good, but we got some large durians over here, guys. So it won't be long. There are already some for sale, but as far as the primo Montong durian, right, the primo stuff, it'll be another month and that stuff will be everywhere. So personally, I love durian. I can't eat a bunch of it, but I do love it. So we are in the durian capital of Thailand. Chanthaburi produces 50% of Thailand's durian. Out of 77 provinces in the Kingdom of Thailand, Chanthaburi, one single province, produces 50%. Most of that is directly exported to China. There's huge export warehouses all over where they just, boom, they take it up there, they get 200 baht a kilo, no questions, right? No haggling, right? So that's where a lot of the durian goes. And of course, it's for sale all over on the roadsides too, as you well know, in Thailand. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Thank you so much. Hey, York, PA came in. Well, let me sit down here a minute. Hang on a second, guys. Give me a second. And put the phone right here. York, good to see you in the chat. You can go back and watch the earlier portions of the live stream, and you'll get to see me slice up some Australian beef brisket, the first brisket I've ever smoked here in Thailand. And there's an upcoming video be coming soon, hopefully this weekend. I'll have it finished, and that'll give the step-by-step from the dry rub and all the way through the 12-hour smoking period, so, and to the carving that we did last night. And then this morning live, we sliced up some on the slicer, York, so you can go back and check that out if you'd like. See who else we got. Gary, I appreciate you so much. Gary and I communicate quite a bit privately as well. We had a conversation the other day, I think about 2 hours. You know, that's what's great about these messenger apps, you know. Nobody pays international calling fees anymore. You just use the internet. You can have a video call or an audio call or whatever, but Gary and I solved just about all the world's problems the other day in a 2-hour conversation. He's kind of like my older brother. He's a baby boomer. Got me by 7 years, I think, but yeah. I really appreciate it, Gary. I mean, that's the thing, you know, we may be a small channel, but I've really made a lot of friends that I haven't met, you know, virtually yet in the real world, but we know each other well. Sue Rowan and I, we know each other very well. I know her daughters, she knows my daughters. Like, it's, you know, it's one of the greatest things about having a YouTube channel, because, you know, it's different than Facebook. Facebook, you can only upload like pretty short videos. Now you can do live streams on Facebook and go as long as you want, but as far as uploading a 4K video, right, it's not really a long form video format. YouTube's where it's at for long form videos. So, you know, the channel has had its ups and downs over the years, and like I say, we never really had a viral video, but I think the audience that I have and the friendships I've established, you know, we've had people come into Thailand that we didn't know, but they knew us through the YouTube channel, and we'd end up meeting, you know, at a local cafe or something like that. And great people from all over, right? I haven't completely quit smoking at this stage, guys, so excuse me while I fire one up. It's starting to let up. I think I want to open this up. We got a hell of an awning company, guys. These guys did an amazing job. Really made a huge difference. Now, when it rains as hard as it did earlier, before I started the live stream, now it was flat ass monsoon rain. Now, I'm not going to lie. Wind blowing, everything else. We still get a little water in here, you know what I mean? But my counter space is dry. You know what I'm saying? And I put up these shower curtains. How do you like that? I wired them up there. Not a bad idea, right? Gray color kind of matches. I need a few more, but they didn't have any more. They were out of stock at Home Pro, and I'm getting far away from the phone. But anyway, works out pretty good. And then this roll down is just amazing for keeping everything dry here. I don't know if we were buffering because I walked away from the phone on the Bluetooth connection. But anyway, guys, I am going to go ahead and close it out. I got to finish up this brisket. Let me show, York came in late, so let me show you York before I start slicing again here. Look at that. Huh? That's the flat. And then ones I've already got sliced are right here. No, I've already put them in the fridge. Anyway, here's some burn ends. It's just amazing. I mean, look, fall apart, tender, moist. York, get your ass to Thailand and bring that amazing husband and children of yours. Get over here to Johnsbury. Oh my God. We will treat you so many different ways. You have to like one of them. Ha! Thought I turned that off earlier. Well, I got a ghost. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching, Triple D. You want to tell everybody you're okay? You don't have to say anything. Just, yeah. Tell them you're okay. I love my daddy. You want a piece of brisket? You want a piece of brisket? It's a stupid question. Stupid question. Okay. You just stay where you're at there, Triple D. Don't move. Don't move or anything. Wouldn't want you to have to move, buddy. You want that? I bet you do. Look at how gentle he takes that, huh? What do you think? Any reviews? 5-star? What do you think? You just lick them chops. That'll. Yeah. All right, guys. Peace and love to everyone. Hang on just a second. Oh. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Stay tuned, man. If you're into barbecue, you're going to want to see this brisket video. Like I said, just got a brand new video uploaded. The newest video on the channel is about my ham brine. If you want to make your own ham, make your own bacon at home, it's not that difficult. Watch that damn brining video. Wet brine, you can do it, trust me. As expensive as really good smoked ham and smoked bacon is, make your own, right? So go watch that brine video if you're interested. Make your own brine recipe. It's totally optional. There are several ingredients that you must have, and I cover all that in the video. So go watch that brine video if you're thinking about, I could make my own bacon. Why am I paying $8 a pound for this shit, right? I can buy pork belly cheap. Go to the butcher and buy pork belly, especially here in Thailand. Cheap as hell, right? So go check that out if you're interested. Stay tuned for the newest upload this weekend on the brisket. All right, thanks, guys. See you on the next video. Thank you all in the chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you all. Namyan's garden looking pretty good. Got the lot next door too, right? So we haven't done anything with it yet, but we will be. So stay tuned to the channel and we'll update you on that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Triple T, your humble host. I'm out. Number one, daddy's girl. Daddy's girl. Triple D, you don't belong to anybody, do you, huh, buddy? Nope. I'm still my own man. Good boy. He's a good boy. You want another piece of brisket? Too good question.